What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Minecraft Manual. I'm everybody's big brother Kuya. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I hope you all are having an absolutely brotastic day. So if all went well, that's a really big if all went well, then you probably saw a nice little time lapse and a cinematic video of this getting built and the terraforming and all the things that have gone on this island. That, again, that's a big if. If not, then, hi, I built a stables. So, if you remember last episode, if you watched last episode, you noticed, you probably heard that I was going to start working on a sheep farm next, because we're going to need some wool for our Tudor-style houses up here and everything. So, that's what I wanted to do. Before we get to working on a wool farm, I figured this would be a good time to go ahead and build a nice stables for that wool farm. Now, there was a couple things I didn't think through. One, I was planning on doing a manual wool farm right here and a fully automatic wool farm. Hang on, wait for it. Down here. The only problem with that is to do the fully automatic wool farm, I need access to the nether. I've got a diamond pick finally, and I've got extra diamonds waiting down in the mines that I could go get, and I could get the obsidian, and I could build a portal, and I could go to the nether right now. But, I don't wanna. I want to wait and save our nether for the 1.16 update. I know I can go to the nether, I can do whatever I need to in there and then reset the nether, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that with this series. So instead, we're just going to stick with a manual wool farm for now, and then we can always come back in a later episode and upgrade it into a nice, very nice, fully auto one. So we're gonna work on that. And what else I think I might do instead is for, like I said, for right now we're just gonna stick with a manual wool farm, and it's gonna be a nice little one, easily taken care of, things like that. But before we get into doing all that, let me show you around. Let me show you around the town, or the lack thereof. Right now it's just a bunch of cobblestone. So I'm going to throw up a little map on the screen and kind of show you how I decided to lay this out. I took a screenshot with my camera account from way up in the air, and then just threw that into Microsoft Paint. I know, fancy, super fancy, Microsoft Paint, and started laying out boxes with different colors until I kind of got an idea of how the town layout was going to go. The white box is the church area right here, and then we've got all the black boxes are houses, so I think there's like 5. So we got a small house over here, we've got a small house right here, a couple little cozy houses. The red one over here is the windmill that we're going to have. The little blue ones are going to be wells, so we're going to have a nice little well for people to draw water out of and things. The brown one are our animal pens, so we've got the stable, which we have already built. We've got a chicken coop back here, and I'm going to do a pig pen back here as well. I was going to hook it up to the building, but I don't think I'm going to now. I think I'm just going to make it its own separate little area as well. We've got another house over here and over there. You can probably see right on the edge of some of these paths, there will be a couple of docks, one on each side of the island, that lead off. One goes to Atlantis, the other will head off to our fishing village. We've got signs put up. I actually have signs. Look at this. Atlantis, that way. They're not actually going to be called this. These are placeholder names. It's not going to be called Atlantis, but we're going to have our Atlantis city over there. We're going to have our Kingdom City back there past our little cottage up in the extreme hills, and our fishing villages that way, our farming villages this way. So I love that you can just be traveling along and see a sign that points towards different cities and towns, and it feels very natural to me. It feels like that's something you would actually see along these type of paths. So I'm super hyped about that. Egg. Boop. But so far, this video, this one video this video right here, the video that you are watching has already got 10 hours put into it. That's insane. That is absolutely crazy. And I'm loving it. I'm having a blast. Between all the terraforming and all the path laying out and designing this and cutting down all these trees and the build itself, our first stable, all this stuff has taken me up to 10 hours and I'm loving it. So let's go ahead and get to work on our manual sheep farm. All right, now that it's morning time, we can go ahead and get to work on our sheep farm. And I want to show you some of the fun little concepts with sheep. First of all, if you'll remember a few episodes ago, or I think it's like episode 2 when we were talking about renewable food, we talked about hay and how we can lead, or wheat, I should say, how we can lead a sheep around with wheat. We can lead the sheep around here with wheat. Here, sheepy, 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 sheepy. Here, sheepy, sheepy, sheepy. I don't really need you two at the moment. Here, sheepy, sheepy, sheepy. Hey, get back here. Here, sheepy, sheep. Yep, I'm definitely starting a sheep quartet. A sheep barbershop quartet. Into the pen you go. Y'all, you can't make it that way. This may have not been the greatest idea. Alright, so unfortunately I'm going to have to move a few other more little things around or they're able to get out, but that's okay. It still, to me, it still looks good. I like having the double spruce inside, but I may not be able to do that. But that's okay. Minor adjustments, but now we've got our sheep in here, and it's time to die. Literally, it's time to dye the sheep. Time to change the color of the sheep's wool, because we're gonna need some white wool. So one of the fun mechanics with sheep is you can dye their wool depending on what color dye you have. For white dye, all you need is a bone. Turn that bone into bone meal, and then that bone meal into white dye, like so. And many, I guess all of the flowers, which I've got up here from tearing down all this, will give you all kinds of different colors of dye. We got the cornflower here. Let's do I like the lily valley, so I don't want to get rid of them. We can do one of each of these, like so. Actually, let's go ahead and grab one more of those, one more of those, one more of those for now. So like the cornflower, I can get blue dye, which is amazing because you used to only be able to use lapis on that, and that was super annoying. The oxide daisy will give the light gray, red dye, of course, from the red and the yellow, and then you can mix and match. Put red and yellow in there to get orange. You can do blue and white to get light blue. You can do red and blue to get purple. You can do all kinds of them. Red and white, if I grab a few more out of here, like so. Make those, we can do red and white and get pink. We can do, don't even know what else we can do. Pink, magenta. We can do a magenta one with a pink and a purple to make magenta. And we can do all the colors. The hardest dyes to get are honestly black. And that's because you have to find squid, kill the squid to get ink sacs, and then turn the ink sacs into black dye. They're probably the hardest one that I can think of. Cactus, you get from, or cactus, green dye. It used to be called cactus green or something like that. You used to be able to get the green, or you're able to get the green from smelting cactus. There's a few other little odd ones, but most of the time you can get the majority of these through the flowers. So now that we've talked about dyeing the sheep to match whatever color you need, this would be a good time to discuss, making sure they weren't jumping out there. This would be a good time to discuss shearing the sheep. Now, early on, like episode 1, when we were trying to get a bed, we killed the sheep. We just killed them to get their wool. But there is a more effective way, and that is to take a pair of shears and right-click them. And you were a horrible example, sir. You were a horrible example. I think you can get like anywhere from 1 to 3 pieces of wool. Yeah. See, I got 3 pieces from that one and 3 pieces from that one. So you get a lot more wool this way. And their wool will grow back as long as we put some dirt in here, which is another little bit of a flaw in this design because they need to eat grass. They need to eat the actual grass block here. They'll eat it and they will regrow their fur. So I'm going to change some of this out now that I've got the changed up some stuff. So give me just a moment. All right, now that we've got grass put back in this one, that's called a derp. I'm good at it. You can see one of our sheep has grew its wool back, or 2. I don't even remember now. But the grass is growing. This one will hopefully eat here soon and grow grass, or grow grass. It'll grow its wool back so we can shear it again. You can see I've just left those down in because if I put them up, they will be able to walk over and get over that, which is really annoying. But the rest of them, I don't have to worry about that. The horses and the cows, they will be fine as is. But now that we've got these guys ready to go, we can shear them and collect wool all day long. But this is going to take forever unless we breed them up some. So let's go ahead and grab our wheat and we're going to breed them up. So we know from 4 sheep to now having 6 sheep, and I'm just going to breed them up. I'm probably going to have a pretty full pen in here for quite a while, just because it will be easier to get a lot of wool that way. I can come in here with like 30 something sheep or more and shear and stuff. So probably keep doing that. But to make shears, again, it's pretty easy once you get the recipe. It's just simply 2 iron ingots like so. Boom, you got shears, and they'll last us quite a while. All right, now that we've got all of our sheep in, you can see they're regrowing their wool pretty quickly. This seems to be a good amount for this size pen to keep enough grass in there, because a lot of times they will, oh, there we go. A lot of times they will end up eating all the grass, and then it takes a while for it to grow back, and it gets really slow. So this is a good amount of sheep for this size pen. You can have as many sheep in here as you would like, and then you can just dye all of them the same color. You can break them up if you wanted to make all of these pens. There are 16 different colors in Minecraft. You can make 16 different pens, make a really big, massive sheep farm, and have pens with the same color of all of them. Like this, where you've got all of them separated in their own little pens and all the colors. That way you can collect all of them whenever you need them. Or you could just make a big pen where you have a whole lot of sheep and you dye them all the color you need when you need them, shear them, and then call it good. Or you can do both. You can have a little setup like this where you can come in, you've got all your individual ones. Where'd you come from? Or you got all these individual colors, or you can just go in, you can shear them as often as you would like, and then have a big pen in the middle of it. So if you need a lot of one color, you can just go with it. So there's so many different possibilities you can do for a sheep farm. It's super simple to do. You can do all kinds of different ideas and thoughts and themes. You can put them in the stable, you can put them in a barn, you can put them underground, you can just so many ideas that you can do. And as we wrap up today's video, I want to start doing a Minecraft tip of the day, and hopefully I'll be able to do these every video as long as they pertain to whatever we are talking about. Today we talked about the wool farm or the sheep farm, and a simple little trick, if you got yours out in the open like this or something, a fence is just over a block tall, meaning you can't jump over it, mobs can't walk over it. But with our new wool, you can make carpet by just putting two beside each other like so. Any color will work, and if you place a piece of carpet on top of a fence post, it will allow you to jump over, walk into your pen, and get out of the pen pretty easily. The mobs still cannot get over this. They still see it as a fence. They can't go past it. So this is a super simple way to get in and out of your mob farm without having to, or your sheep farm or cow farm, whatever, your passive mob farm. I would not recommend with a hostile, but it's a lot easier than having to use the gate and hopefully making sure nothing gets out. So, all right, many hours have gone into a probably a little bit shorter video than normal, but that's okay. I've had a blast. I hope y'all have learned a little something about sheep and sheep farms and manual sheep farms and maybe a nice little stable to put them in and the Minecraft activity, all that stuff. I hope y'all have enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. It does help out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out. But I appreciate y'all, love y'all. Hope y'all have an absolutely brotastic rest of your day. And until next time, have fun, be good, and we'll see you all later.